DinoPod.
Hello and welcome to another episode of DinoPod.
What was that?
I don't know.
Okay.
So welcome to DinoPod. We are covering the best Toy Story movie of the, I would have said trilogy. What's four? Quadrilogy?
Sure.
Yes, of the quadrilogy. That's the thing now.
That sounds terrible. What do you call it, like a club that's won 4 times in a row? Do you not have a word for that?
Quadrilogy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going with now. But yeah, this is...
in Portuguese is the tetracampeões.
Okay. So yeah, this is the second episode of February, covering Toy Story.
Boom.
Last week we covered the first, Toy Story 1, and the very first feature-length computer animated movie of all time.
Not Boo.
And now we're covering Toy Story 2, which came out a few years later, in 1999.
Yeah.
And
I thought that this film came out in the 2000s. I don't know why, but...
I mean, I think because it came out in 1999, and by the time most people got on VHS or very early DVD, it would have been 2000s.
Yeah.
So we would have probably associated it with the early 2000s rather than the late 90s.
Probably.
So yeah, this came out a few years later. So original was 1995. This is 1999, which was it was, in terms of doing like a sequel, is quite a few years. So 4 years is quite long.
I don't know. I mean, for animated movies, it's not that long.
True, especially back then, because obviously animation was far harder. Because
it still takes like...
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying it doesn't take as long now, but when you compare, it's nothing when you compare it between Toy Story 2 to Toy Story 3.
Yeah, I guess.
That was very long. But yeah, so this week is Toy Story 2. My favourite of the Toy Story franchise, with some of the most emotional scenes in movie history that make me cry every single time.
Sure. I'll give you that. I did like it more than the first one.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think unless you're completely nostalgic about the first one, I think most of people can agree that Toy Story 2 is far better than Toy Story 1.
Yeah.
So let's do a quick fun facts. When I say quick fun facts, it's nearly a page on my notes, so we'll go through it. So initially, Toy Story 2 was going to be straight to video. So back in the day, they used to make it's between like an episode length to a feature film, so it's about an hour. They wanted it to be about an hour long, Toy Story 2. And they wanted it straight to video, so they didn't want it to be in cinemas or anything like that. But
that's a weird choice.
But
I mean, Disney did 100 million straight to video sequels.
Yeah,
which were kind of terrible.
And Disney wanted to keep the budget, keep the costs low, because during the 90s.
Well, this is not Disney yet. Disney bought Pixar on 2000. Was it 3 or?
No, so it's a tricky one. So essentially, Toy Story 2 is going to be direct-to-video sequel, but because Disney wanted it to keep it an hour long to keep it to cost, Pixar fought to keep it a feature length, and that's because but Pixar struggled to find a story initially.
Okay.
So essentially, Disney thought, you know what, they're going to struggle selling this.
Yeah.
Because they haven't got a story, so let's just keep it as one of our straight to video
shitty sequels.
But Pixar's like, it's fine. We know what we're doing. And they obviously they did. Do you remember the scene where you've got the Rock'em Sock'em robots, the little punchy ones? Do you know who voiced them?
Nope.
The director himself.
John Lasseter.
Yep. Do you know when Rex is going through the TV and he's pressing the remote, just keep him going through?
Yeah.
All of the so the Pixar shorts were shown on the TV. And they were The Adventures of Andre and Willie B. Mm-hmm. And then it was also Luxo Jr., Tin Toy, Knick Knack, and Jerry's Game. So all of those were in references built into Toy Story. Because obviously Pixar came out in 86, I think. And they made loads of little like technical shorts. Like, this is what you can do now in 1988. Yeah. So they made their own characters and little shorts. And then Pixar's like, haha, do you know what we're going to do? References, boys. And so they put a load of references in, which was quite cool.
Yeah, I only noticed the Pixar ball on the toy ad.
Yeah.
For like Olive's Burn.
Did you not notice Tin Toy?
Yeah.
Do you know Tin Toy?
Yeah.
So Tin Toy actually came back in Toy Story 4. So in Toy Story 4, do you remember the scene where Peep and Woody go into... I can't remember what they go into, but it's all like a party. And they've got loads of toys there. Tin Toy's in that as well. All of the toys there were references. I love Pixar. They're brilliant.
Sure. If you say so.
And do you remember the scene where Buzz gave this really inspirational talk where it's like, we're going to get them and it's going to be brilliant and amazing, wow. And then they have the globe in the background and then it transitions to the TV. So before they cross the road, Buzz goes... so Buzz's speech to the toys had a spinning globe in the background.
Yeah.
Which they use that as a way to transition from that scene to the next one where Woody is basically on the TV. Well, Woody's watching the TV. If you watch the American version, it's not a globe in the background. It's America.
America.
So only fuck yeah. So only in the American version, you've got a big waving flag and Woody like saluting the American flag.
Of course.
But then they thought, you know what?
This is ridiculous.
This is too America for people.
Yeah.
I was expecting them to the transition to go onto like a gun advert.
I mean, it was probably on the script at one time.
It probably was on the script. They storyboarded it where it's like, hey...
Woody fights for the right to have 1,000 guns.
1,000 guns.
For your protection.
And then it goes on to a hospital advert. It's like, get your health insurance now because we're shit. And then...
What health insurance?
What
is that?
What's health... Oh, it's basically you paying for your healthcare, but you pay it in installments, and you pay for it years before you need to do it. So when you need it, we can charge you more. It'd be brilliant. But yeah, so if you go to Disney World or Disneyland, or if you go anywhere in America, buy the fucking best like travel insurance you can buy. Because if you break your leg, or if you break your arm, or if you get
you might as well die because you'll be in debt for the rest of your life.
100%. Or make sure you get injured in the Disney parks and then cause a PR outcry and then just make Disney pay for it.
Millennials broke my legs.
Millennials...
Because they didn't have kids while
childless millennials broke my legs.
Yeah.
I can't believe that was such a thing. Fucking Twitter and Facebook blew up with people walking around the Disney with Disney World and Disneyland with t-shirts saying childless millennials.
I mean, I guess people like creeped out that adults were going to what I guess is supposed to be for children's theme park.
It's not for children, it's for me.
That's just ridiculous. Like, come on. Who cares if they have kids or not? Maybe they do have kids and they abandoned them in
and now
just in Epcot and you're just going to like see the rest of the
Why
park
would you
by
abandon
themselves.
them in Epcot?
I don't know.
Fucking leave them Magic Kingdom or somewhere, or put them in Animal Kingdom, and then just say, "Look at these animals, you'll be fine." And whilst I go on Rock and Roll roller coaster and chill the fuck out, it'd be brilliant.
Yeah, in Epcot.
But I can't believe it became such a big thing. I know for a fact when I go Disneyland Paris in a few months, I'm going to be wearing my my Toy Story t-shirt with my Woody backpack.
Yeah. With
a cowboy hat on.
Sure.
People are going to think I'm such a amazing millennial.
The childless millennial.
Actually, no.
You're also not a millennial.
I was going to say, yeah, we're not even millennials. We're Gen Zs.
We're like in between.
So does that mean, like...
We don't have a generation.
We're
like at the end of the millennials in the beginning of Gen Z. Where it's really neither...
So what would you say we are?
Human beings.
We are...
That's deep, man.
We are... We got to come up with something like clickbaitable.
Do we?
So
do we have to?
We're like...
I feel like that's a strong...
We're wanderers. No, I'm just trying to think. What would you call it? Aimless. The aimless generation.
Car alarm
generation. The triggered generation. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
I feel like that's the millennials.
No, that's everyone that is like more than anyone that's below the age of 40 apparently gets triggered by anything, including avocado and toast.
Well, I guess. I mean, I don't like avocados.
That's because you're not a Gen Z. If you were a real Gen Z...
I think that's a millennial thing. The avocado on toast.
Yeah, I think Gen Zs don't make enough money yet because they're too busy making their...
TikToks
and their...
Getting...
Like, really edgy...
attracting pedophiles.
TikTok
True TikToks.
I'm too fat. I'm actually glad that I'm no longer on TikTok because...
So you don't get confused for a pedophile?
Exactly.
Nice.
It's like, you know for a fact in the next couple of years they're going to be on your job applications like, what social media do you use? If you click the word TikTok, you get instantly put onto the sex offenders register.
TikTok is like Musically or whatever the thing was called, like disappear in a few years, like Vine and whatever.
I mean, Vine is literally TikTok, but Vine died out because... Why did Vine die out?
I don't know. I never had Vine. I could care less.
I had Vine.
I didn't.
And Bebo. And MySpace.
I didn't.
And Google Hangouts and Google Plus. I've had every fucking social media. I'm literally the most saddest person in the world.
I have Facebook, which I barely use.
Well, you use it for Messenger.
Well, yeah.
That's about it.
I have Twitter and Instagram. That's enough. That's more than enough. Back on track.
Yeah, so do you remember in Toy Story 1 where you had the scene where Woody had Buzz's arm and it was all made because of the Tom Hanks improvisation?
Yeah.
He's back at it again. So
with the white pants.
Back at it again with the white pants.
See, I know memes sometimes. I'm hip.
You're like the 40-year-old version of hip and memes. You're like, hey kids, do you remember? Have you got white Vans?
What's up, fellow kids?
What's up, my fellow homies? Have you got the white Vans?
Yeah.
That is the most tragic sentence I've ever heard you say in my life.
What's up, fellow kids? I'm hip. I'm with the new generation.
That's gonna be the opening sequence of this podcast.
I'm hip.
Hello, fellow kids.
Hello, fellow kids. I'm hip. Believe me.
That should be the tagline to every single TikTok of anyone who's above the age of 25. Hello,
not
fellow.
Even. Not even above like the age of like 14.
No, if you're
Hello, fellow kids.
If you're above legal age of 16, you have to have that in front of it. Hello, fellow kids. I'm on the register, and I'm hip, and I'm cool, and I got white Vans.
Nice.
Are we? Yeah, we're describing Tim.
I know the memes. I know all the memes.
You mean memes?
Yes.
So yeah, Tom Hanks was allowed to ad-lib again. So in Toy Story 2, the scene where Woody first gets shown all the merchandise that was made of him, which was I really want all of the merchandise. Why has Disney not realised that they can make shit tons of money from all of this?
Yes, like nobody remember. Like Toy Story 2 is the last remembered, I think. I think so.
I think if you're a millennial, or if you're us who is nothing.
Yeah. We don't exist.
We don't exist.
You're hearing voices. Please go to the doctor.
I think we're the perfect people to sell useless shit to, because we've now got expendable income, and we're according to the internet.
Yeah, we have shit.
We all live with our parents
because we go to Starbucks.
We go to Starbucks, and we got expendable income, so they should start marketing all this shit that we wanted as a kid, and we will buy it.
I mean, I never wanted shit from Toy Story, but sure.
Okay, let me rephrase that. Mitchell would buy it.
That's it.
Me and Karen, we've said to each other we're not allowed to go on a Disney store website because we end up buying something all the fucking time. She sent me a link, and it was a Swarovski. Do you know the diamond maker, and they make like really specialized rings and stuff called Swarovski? Swarzki. Swarovski, yeah.
It's a jewelry maker, not just diamonds.
But they make a glass Rex and a Woody.
It's probably not glass.
I don't know what it was. It looks beautiful, and they've got one of Woody as well on top of a cube, which has the A, B, C, D, E on her. And it was like £200, and Karen had to say no because I would have wasted all of my money.
Seriously.
Disney, what does Disney do to us to make us want to spend money on shit that we don't need?
I guess.
So yeah, to go back to it, yeah, when we see Woody sees the merchandise for the first time, do you know his reaction that he exclaims was actually Tom Hanks's first reaction, because they showed him all the sketches of all the merchandise, and he was like absolutely flabbergasted. He loved it, and that was his actual reaction. It's so good. So did you know Toy Story 2 was almost put into the trash bin and deleted? When I say it was almost, it was actually put in the trash and deleted.
That happens.
The whole movie.
It happens.
Was deleted.
It happens.
So, the entire movie was deleted forever by an animator putting a line of code. Basically, what they was doing is just optimize. If you would imagine back in the day, like the amount of storage you'd have. I got 500 gigabytes on the size of a fucking like chewing gum packet.
Yes.
Back then, 500 gigabytes was like 5 hard drives. And they were huge.
Yeah.
So what they did is they wanted to optimize it and get rid of all the shit they don't need. But they put it in the wrong place. And instead of it deleting the stuff they didn't need, it just deleted everything.
That's nice. I'm sure that person wasn't fired.
No, it wasn't actually.
Really?
Yep. So the entire movie was completely erased. And all the work that they did would have taken 30 people an entire year working every single day to catch up to it again.
That's why Toy Story 3 took so long. They kept deleting
it. God
damn it, guys, not again.
They kept updating Windows to 7 to 10 and from like 7 to 8, 8 to 1.
No, it's like probably XP to Vista. Vista just kept crashing and deleting everything. It's like, God damn it, guys.
God damn it, guys.
Stop updating Windows.
And so, it would have taken 30 people an entire year to redo the movie. And to make matters worse, they had backup systems, which wasn't working as well.
It happens.
But luckily, it was saved. Do you know how?
I'm guessing somebody recovered it from the depths of garbage.
Nope. So, luckily, a supervising technical director, a woman called Gaun Suman, was working from home because she just had a baby.
Nice.
So
congratulations on your baby that's now 20 years old.
So that baby, in actual fact, saved Toy Story. Because if she didn't have the baby, she would have been working at Pixar. She would have been working in the office. So what she did was, to continue working, after recently having the baby, she brought copies home to work from, and she constantly had to get the latest version. And so she had the latest version on a fucking copy of a hard drive. And just out of fluke...
How do you call those?
On a...
Floppy disk.
Floppy disk. It probably was a floppy disk. That's... People listen to this and go, what the fuck's a floppy disk?
Chiquette. That's how you call them in Portuguese. Chiquette.
But yeah, luckily, purely because she saved it, because she was working from... So instead of her just being at home doing nothing, she decided to work. And because they had a child, she had to work from home. And yeah, she just saved the entirety of Toy Story 2. That is fucking wicked. That's a good story. I like that. So I guarantee she would have said, I saved all this work, so what are you going to give to me?
I want to raise $1 million dollars.
I just want... I wish she turned around and said, can I just have entrance to the parks for the entirety of my life and my child's life?
Don't they have that already?
I doubt it. This is Disney.
I mean, I don't know.
Can we work for Disney?
Sure.
So...
Isn't working for the parks apparently terrible?
It depends what part of the park. If you're working as, like... If you're working fucking as Buzz Lightyear, so you're in a really big costume in like 40-degree humid heat, yeah, it probably is horrible.
And you have to act like Buzz Lightyear at all times.
Whereas if you're like, I don't know, you're in Cinderella's castle, if you're working somewhere like that, you probably will like it. Or if you worked as like, I don't know, what's a character what's a really good character to work as? Working as Woody must be really cool because you get a cowboy hat.
Not really. You have to act as the characters at all times. Otherwise you get fired immediately.
Oh, I don't know. Darth Vader, because you can just slam people and then people...
Oh, stormtroopers. Just like march around.
Okay, I'm going to put you in a stormtrooper outfit.
Sure.
In July, in America.
Sure.
30 minutes later, we're going to pick up a puddle of Rita.
Yeah, but then you don't have to, like, talk to the children and pretend that you like them.
Stormtroopers talk.
No, they don't.
You sure?
Only among each other. If you're, like, marching around, I doubt they're, like...
But...
They just fire at children and miss them.
Even if they didn't talk, they would still have to act like it and then, like, stop people and things like that. Which
Yeah, and be incompetent, which is what a stormtrooper is.
No, you just want to play it because you can play yourself.
No, I'll just walk around in the stormtrooper outfit and then fire at people and then miss them, because that's what a stormtrooper does. Or escape the First Order.
Actually, I'd like to work as like a Jawa.
What?
Just because I think it'd be cool.
Why?
I don't know. I just want to.
Also, and Joe is small.
Yeah.
You're tall. No.
That'd be fun though.
No.
But yeah, so anyway, fucking hell, Tim's not here and we're so off topic all the time. I blame you. Right, so
why? Me? You're the one that keeps going off topic.
So
you're the host.
Do you know? Do you know Wheezy?
The penguin, yes.
Yes. do you know what it's a copy of?
Eh?
Have you ever seen the Linux operating system?
Oh,
do you know the penguin?
Yeah.
That's because at Pixar, some of the servers were made using Linux, and they copied the penguin.
Who uses Linux?
To be fair, Linux is really good for servers.
If you say so.
And
clearly, I don't.
So.
I mean, my school had Linux for some reason.
Yeah, it's because it's free.
Yeah, but they also had Windows. We had, like, our computers came from the education... Wait for... Ministério.
Ministry?
Yes. Of education, they're like hand-me-downs.
Hey look, I'm learning Portuguese.
Yeah, like hand-me-downs, and all of them had Linux and Windows.
Nice.
And they're all sucked. They were so slow. It was terrible.
Anyway, when I was growing up in my first primary school, at home I had a Windows computer, but at primary school we all used Macs.
No, Macs were too expensive.
And then we were the first schools in the whole of Hertfordshire to get Windows Vista, and I thought it looked really cool until like 6 months later, where they were all started not working.
No, did we have Windows Vista? I can't remember. It's probably Windows Vista.
My first computer at the primary school was the old iMacs. Do you know the clear big ones? Yeah. And that's where I got my love of Macs. And
ours was like, it was all desktops. It was HP something. It wasn't HP. Yeah, they were all hand-me-downs and they barely worked.
Jesus. But yeah, I'm glad that I did use the Macs because they were really good. I loved them. And the little like hockey puck mice as well were really cool. They were terrible to use, but they look cool. That just sounds like Apple.
They're really cool, but they're terrible to use.
Like, functionally, they're fucking terrible. But they look good. In the conversation between Jesse and Woody, Jesse says the sentence, "Sweet mother of Abraham Lincoln," which is a direct reference to Tom Hanks, who's obviously the voice of Woody, being a blood relative of Abraham Lincoln.
Is he actually?
Yeah, he actually is. He's a blood relative of the president.
That's cool.
And he's a relative of a person who's on a coin.
Okay.
And there's a statue of him.
Okay.
Just thought I'd remind you. And Tim Allen and Tom Hanks, when they were watching through, so obviously when they're doing voice recordings, they would like to see what was next after in the scene. So but the bit where Jesse is sitting up on the window ledge, and then Woody goes up there to see how why she's so afraid, and the most emotional scene in my opinion in movie history, where Jesse gets basically had the whole scene of her story, and then she gets abandoned.
Yes.
Tim Allen and Tom Hanks.
No, she's not abandoned. She's like given to charity. For other children. Go on.
Yes. Tim Allen and Tom Hanks both cried profusely from watching it.
Weak. They're weak. I didn't cry.
Do you remember that message I sent you this morning? Like,
yes.
I refused to watch it. Because genuinely, I cry every time in that scene. Every single time.
I was like, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, that's sad. That's my notes. It's sad. That's it. Okay.
So that's the end of Fun Facts.
Let's go talk about the actual movie. Half an hour in.
That's your own fault.
How is it my fault? You're the one that keeps going off a topic. I'm just here to say best things about Toy Story. That's all I'm here for.
I'm just judging you. So yeah, we're going to get into the movie itself.
You're a judgy person.
30 minutes exactly in.
Yeah.
So, so the movie begins
with space.
That is one of the coolest fucking intro sequences ever.
It's okay.
Just I can imagine watching this on the big screen. How beautiful that must have looked with all the stars, and you've got like it's almost like Star Wars-esque. It looked really cool. And then you have all the droids coming out, and it starts like changing into one to another to another to another, and you have just the one crystal, and it fucking destroys everything.
Yeah, very realistic. I'm sure that would happen.
Well, we realise why this is so unrealistic.
Even in a video game, like that's.
I play a video game where you can play a fucking flying pig.
Does that flying pig kill 10,000 robots with one laser and a crystal?
My character can in Warcraft.
No. I would have taken no.
So you go through the sequence where you've got all the droids, and Buzz jumps through. I don't know if you've noticed when he jumps through the dividing floor. There's a shadow of the letter Z.
No, I didn't notice. So
that Z is direct reference because Zurg.
Zurg, yes.
Foreshadowing, which is beautiful. So,
sure.
So you get into the next scene where, next bit where Buzz has to fucking sprint away from
spikes coming.
Big spiky boys.
Yes.
And then he tries to jump across to the end.
On the platform.
To Zurg's source of power.
Which is battery.
Which is a battery. And I think if you'd have watched this originally, you'd be like, is this Andy playing with the toys or something? And it wasn't it.
At first I thought it was maybe the TV show.
Yeah.
About Buzz.
Until you realise that when he falls, he flies up and you go, oh yeah, he doesn't do this, so yeah. Probably fine.
Also, when he was like jumping across the platforms and he makes like a noise.
Yeah.
Was it a reference to the score of 2001: A Space Odyssey? It was, wasn't it?
It's good, wasn't it? Dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
Do.
In any case, yeah.
I
noticed that. See, I pay attention to the movies sometimes.
It's so good. So yeah, he flies and was gonna go to grab the source of the power, and it's like
it's a hologram.
It's a hologram.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, so he finds out it's a hologram, and as Zurg comes out of the floor. Is Zurg a direct reference to like Darth Vader?
Well, the breathing is.
Yeah, it must be. Yeah, so he comes out the ground and then...
Also later on, it clearly makes a reference to like Star Wars.
Yeah. So yeah, he starts firing at Buzz, and he deflects all of them, hits him on the head, jumps across, and then he gets destroyed.
Yeah.
I was like, this is quite cool. And then you had the first funny bit of the entire movie, where Rex has a fucking glass bowl on his head. He's like, rah! He's like, my arms are too short, I can't press the jump and the fire at the same time. And then Buzz is like, don't worry, I think you're a better Buzz than me. I can't watch it. I've watched this movie, must have been about 40 times. I laugh every time.
Rex, whatever.
Rex is the cutest character ever. He's so cool.
He's alright, I guess.
But yeah, he obviously couldn't do it, and then we find out the whole reason is because it was a fucking video game.
Yeah. Which is played on. Do you not notice what console it is? You didn't notice what console?
I was too busy looking at Rex.
God damn it. It's the Super Nintendo.
Oh, yeah.
SNES. It's so obvious. I'm so disappointed in you.
I'm too busy staring at Rex, who's got 2 plunger things attached to his head.
Did he?
Yes.
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
I was too busy looking at the Super NES.
He has a glass bowl on his head, and he has 2 of the little like dart plunger things on it.
No, I was too busy looking at the controller. Jesus. Where's my English?
I mean...
To be fair, I was watching the Oscars till 3 a.m. I'm sleepy. Just a little bit. Even though I had like 15 cups of coffee, which was way too much coffee. But...
The Oscars is such a waste of time.
No, it isn't. I disagree. I like them.
Could have watched Toy Story instead.
No.
So, yeah, so this is... so if we move ahead a little bit, so... Woody is really excited about going to the cowboy camp, which is like a yearly event that him and Andy go to.
Why is there a cowboy camp? Because later on the movie, you're like, nobody cares about cowboys anymore after Sputnik, which is why the program was cancelled.
Mm.
But he's going to a cowboy camp instead of a space camp, which, according to the movie, would have been more popular.
No. So, it's because Woody is such an old and really rare toy. When the series first came, the Woody series,
yes,
that was roughly 68, 69.
Yeah, and then...
And it got cancelled because no one cared about it. They just want to go to space. And
exactly.
Now they're saying, all these years later, people don't give a shit about going to space. And they want cowboys back?
No, because then there's just like a bunch of a whole aisle just of Buzz toys.
That's
nothing.
That's not pushing the plot along. That's just a. They just wanted.
It's what the toys are selling. It's what the thing's selling is space toys.
But the whole point is that you could.
Also, Buzz was like the hottest toy of the year.
Right.
Which is space, and Zurg, which is space.
But then, agreeing, but then you could also have a small bunch of children that they say go to cowboy camp. It could just be like going to, what are they called? Like the Scouts. It could just be like the Scouts.
The Scouts are all year.
Yeah, but they could go to like the Scout camp, or they could go to like the wilderness, and they call it cowboy camp. Because you go there and ride horses and stuff.
No, it's a plot hole.
It's not a plot hole.
It's a plot hole.
Nope.
The Scouts are all the way around. I'm very familiar with the Scouts. My cousins and the Scouts, they don't pick and choose one camp a year. And they definitely don't call it cowboy. Just saying. Hashtag just saying.
Is it in America? Yes. Cowboy camp. Moving on.
No.
Yes.
And my cousin actually knows how to ride horses. And she still doesn't call Scouts cowboy camp.
But it's not in America. We've got to remember this whole movie is about America.
Scouts is an entity, a worldwide entity. That's why there's a yearly Scout world thing. It happened in Japan. It happened in Japan one year. My cousin wanted to go, but couldn't because it was expensive.
So you're saying to me, in America, there's no such thing as cowboy camp?
According to the movie, you shouldn't, because nobody cares about cowboys, which is why everything about Woody was cancelled.
Have you noticed in this movie where, because Annie's a kid, he's just moved on from space, like Space Rangers and stuff.
Yeah.
Like there's no Buzz Lightyear posted up on the wall and thing.
His sheets are space themed.
Yeah, no, that's space themed, but it means that he's not so invested in Space Ranger stuff, so he's gone back to Woody.
Plot hole. I call it plot hole.
But yes, he's getting ready to go. Cowboy camp, yearly event.
How old is Andy? He's what, 10, 12? Why does he still have blocks? Like, letter blocks. Plot hole. Go
There's
on.
no such thing. You don't have plot holes if
I'm calling everything in this movie a plot hole.
maybe Andy just likes having it. You don't have to have a reason to have something.
You do.
Unless it's coronavirus, then you've been to China.
Well, I collect coronavirus, so I then can sell them to a museum in Japan.
Fuck's sake. Oh my god, we've only got through the first fucking bullet point in 40 minutes. What are we doing?
Not my fault that you took 3 years to get to do synopsis.
It's not my fault that we divulged into talking about Disneyland. Yeah.
It is your fault. You're the one that keeps bringing up Disneyland. I've never been to it.
That's your fault. We can.
No, that's my parents' fault. They never took me to Disneyland Paris. You're like, you don't deserve a childhood.
Let's go Disneyland then.
I can't. I have no money. Moving on.
Just take out your savings. Let's just go Disneyland with Tim.
You think I have savings?
Yeah. Take out.
Tim can't go. He doesn't like French food.
No, Tim can't get the.
There's no burgers in France.
No, Tim can't get the work off. He can't book the time off.
He's stuck at.
He's unemployed.
Apple.
He's unemployed. He can't get the time off. Don't worry, guys. He's fine. So let's get through this quicker. So Andy is excited to go. Grabs Woody. And then Woody accidentally gets ripped.
Yeah.
But obviously because
they
he's
make a huge Okay, you're on time crunch.
No, we need to get through this quicker. We're skipping it.
He was dead. Okay.
No, moving on.
You just need like one stitch. Couldn't the mom do that like in 5 minutes?
So Andy can't fix Woody. So he
could if she wanted to.
So instead of taking a broken toy with him, he takes no toy and just leaves them behind.
Oh, so sad.
And then Andy, by the sounds of it, probably didn't like the cowboy camp because he came home early.
Right, yeah. Just one thing, the dog looks way better. The dog shows up.
Yeah, it actually looks like
It looks way better,
yeah.
To be fair.
So,
but also Andy's face still looks weird as fuck. It's like very square. Sorry, go on. Where are we?
We're trying to get through this quicker.
I can.
And to stop you pulling holes in my favourite animated movie of all time.
So he comes back.
Yep.
Yard sale.
So yeah, you've got this. This is like the most American animation. It's like right.
Okay, one thing.
No.
About the yard sale.
Yep.
He comes back early.
Yep.
But it's not him that chooses what toys he wants to give away. The mom just goes into the room, gets one random toy, and leaves.
No, she picks up a puzzle that he's never...
puzzle, yeah.
So a puzzle...
Which is probably missing pieces.
Probably.
And the Wheezy. Which is broken.
And... Wasn't it one more thing?
I don't know, but like normally... It just seems weird that she would... Like, if his home, when he chooses which toys he doesn't want anymore.
No, because this is the same mum who gets asked to fix a toy... And then just hides him on the top shelf.
Just being a mom, really.
It's like
yeah, clearly he forgot about it.
Yeah, but you don't hide it in the same fucking room. You take it away and put it somewhere.
He clearly didn't care.
I feel so sorry for Wheezy. He's so... Anyway. So yeah, he gets the yard sale, gets all the toys, and everyone gets super panicked, thinking they're... The little nuance when his mum picks up Rex.
Yeah.
Rex is completely stationary, but we as the audience can see his eyes looking, and he's you can see that he's like shitting himself. He's like, I'm gone.
Yeah.
And if they'd have got rid of Rex, I probably would have cried at that point as well, because he's the best toy. So yeah, we realised why why Wheezy is on the shelf anyway, because his squeaker is broken.
He has tuberculosis.
Yeah.
Or like.
But.
Lung cancer.
Yeah.
Or he just smokes a lot. Really. He's a bad influence.
So yeah, we've realised that Weezy gets taken to the yard sale, and Woody's like, I ain't having none of this shit. Even though I'm broken, I'm still saving. So he calls over Buster, the new and improved Buster. Well, not new.
We didn't see him.
Better animated dog called Buster.
The dog from first movie was like a monstrosity.
Oh, it's fucking horrible. To help him out and to try and get Wheezy back.
Yeah.
So he grabs hold of grabs hold to Buster, and tells Buster, just be casual, and he like is super strolly, weird dog.
To be fair, when you tell somebody to look casual, that person immediately does something like
completely
opposite. Like, just look very casually behind you, and you just turn immediately.
Not even that. Are you doing this? You're going.
Just be very creepy about it, which is so much worse.
Imagine demonstrating something in a podcast.
Yeah, people know what we're talking about. You know what we're talking about when we either really slowly turn your head and like several times to check something out, try to be subtle about it, but there's nothing subtle about it, or you do it very fast so it looks even weirder.
Or you just do what Tim does.
We know what we're talking about.
Don't look casual anytime and just don't care.
There's nothing casual about us. We're just some weird people. Anyway, he saves Wheezy.
No, we're gonna revert back a bit. So
do we have to?
He goes out, jumps into the box, and you see the reaction from all the toys. Shit scared, like he got him in the box. It's like
he's suicidal.
25. He's like 25 cents. It's like
somebody calls suicide prevention.
Woody, you're worth more than that.
Yeah.
And then Rex is like.
Meanwhile, I'm like, yes, Woody, kill yourself. I don't care. No. I don't like Woody. I still don't like Woody.
So
he's not as much as a psychopath
as in the first one,
but I still like him.
So yeah, he gets in the box, gets Wheezy out, and then saves him, and then Buster tries to take him away, take him back to the room, but he falls off. Yeah. Woody falls off.
And then Buster just runs off. Buster's a dick.
Yeah,
he's like, come on, seriously.
So this was at the point where
the bad guy shows up.
The villain of this episode, a straight white male, is the villain.
A fat straight white male
is the villain.
So that proves Toy Story hates men.
It's so relevant to the conversation we've been having. Jesus.
It spins. So he shows up. I don't know why. I mean, why does he show up? Was he just strolling around?
By the sounds of it, he's been looking for this doll for a really long time. He's given up.
Why would he know about the yard sale, though? Normally that attracts, like, neighbors, right? I don't know. I've never had a yard sale. I think they only exist in American movies.
So,
what do you expect to, like...
My headcanon is that she like, advertised it somewhere in the newspaper or something. And so he's weird. He's been looking for this toy for years. So he's like, the only place it's going to be is in yard sales or things. I guess. So he comes along. And
he sees it.
He picks up Woody, and he has all the... Because he's a scumbag, he just puts a couple of things over the top and is like, I'll give you about 25 cents for all this.
Yeah.
And
she's like, no, it's a family toy.
It's like, my family toy, give me the fuck back. And he's like, I'll give you $50 for it. I was like...
She's like, no.
If you're going in to do a deal...
Yeah.
You don't go from 25 cents to $50. You instantly think, it's worth fuck more than this. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So,
But then she won't sell it.
Yeah, puts him in a locked...
Yeah. And he steals it.
Yeah.
And then I guess she doesn't notice?
No, watch, so he gets a skateboard.
And distracts her so he can steal it, yes. But then after that, they're like, he stole the doll. And she does nothing about it?
I mean...
Because, like, he could have sold money, too. If she's open, like...
the big question is, what would she do? The police aren't going to get involved for a
she
toy.
She can say that like he stole all some money because she doesn't know. He opened where the lockbox where the money was and stole a toy.
So okay,
he's still stealing something.
You go tell the police that they want an investigation into a stolen toy and $10. They're gonna say jog on,
I guess.
So,
still, it's just weird. Like, it's never mentioned again. Also, when Woody's back, she's like, "Huh? I thought he was stolen." I mean,
it is what it is.
Was she not planning to tell the kid that Woody's gone?
It is what it is.
Like, maybe he won't notice that his favorite toy was stolen while I was distracted by a skateboard.
Well, because they were moving.
No. They moved the last movie.
No. Because I'm trying to headcanon this, okay? We're just going to skip it. We're just going to forget about it.
No.
Then we see Buzz jump down to try and rescue him.
Yeah.
Gets flung off, and we have the car drive off with the license plates LZTYBRN, which translates to...
What? No.
LZTYBRN.
No, what is it?
Al's Toy Barn.
Oh.
Get it?
I get it. No.
And that's why when you see later, them pressing it, Buzz is trying to guess the thing on whatever the toy's name is, where he's pressing all the buttons. Yeah. That's because he's trying to decipher what it's saying. Now do you get it?
Now I get it. If only the mom was as smart as a toy. Oh well.
So yeah, Buzz uses the toy. I think it's Mr. Spell. And finally realizes it comes up out of Toy Barn. Woody then finds himself like kind of in the apartment, and finally meets up with all the toys. So that's Bullseye, a cowgirl called Jessie, and a in the box toy called the Prospector.
Yeah.
Which is very creepy because when people say I'd like to keep them in the box,
mint in the box. Like right now, I have like 5 pops all in the box. They hate me.
They literally all hate you.
They hate me.
I take all my toys out of the box.
I don't.
Because of Toy Story.
I don't. Almost all of my... Like, I don't have, like, many toys, I guess. But they're all in the box. Especially they have, like, windows. So you could see what's inside the box. Like pops.
Has Toy Story made me go a bit insane? I take every toy out of the box because I think they're getting lonely.
I don't know, like... For the pops, normally I keep them in the box. Unless I'm trying to save space. Or like some PVC, like Dragon Ball figures. Those I take out of the box. Because they have like a little stand to put them on. That's about it.
Yeah, so each one of toys is very excited to see what he fueled because we find out the reason why they were there is because they are completely fucking... It's like anything. It's like if you have... Seasons 1.
They're worthless without the white male.
If there's 13 seasons and you've collected 1 to 12.
Yes.
It's not a complete season. Not a complete set. So it's worthless. You have to have all of it.
Yeah.
So
again, you're worthless without the white male. White straight male.
No, you're not. You're worthless without the 20-something straight white male, the dominant figure.
Yeah,
definitely. This is where Woody finally realised he was super important childhood
50 years ago
toy, but then back at
how old is Woody then? He was popular in the 60s.
Yep.
This is in the 90s.
Yep.
So he's at least like 30 years.
Yeah, but so that must mean that
Why does Andy have like such an old toy?
it's probably his mother's. So
Still.
his mum had the toy and handed it down, so it goes through the generations.
I didn't play with any of my mom's toys.
Was it? Did she not have? So she mustn't have had a cowboy doll.
Maybe she did. Maybe she didn't. I wouldn't know because I didn't play with any of my mom's toys.
Maybe she did, and then she had a yard sale,
She had a yard sale, yes.
and it was stolen.
Maybe.
See.
Maybe she just left it when we were, or like the dictator took it away.
So yeah, we go back to Andy's place, and you have another funny scene where they slam the button through the channels.
Yeah. Trying to find the ad.
Trying to find the ad. And then Etch a Sketch jotted down the map, which is quite cool.
Which is kind of useless because then you turn back to them and the map is still on the TV.
Yeah.
So you just stop there.
And so then they put a rescue party together of Buzz, Potato Head, Ham, Rex, and Slinky Dog.
They all just leave. Where is
I
Andy?
understand Buzz. I don't know why Mr. Potato Head's there. I don't know why Ham's there. I don't know why Rex... They only need Buzz and Slinky.
Where's Andy? Because he came back from the camp and then disappeared for a day.
No, so his mum came home from camp.
Okay.
So
she was just selling off his toy without him knowing. Great mom.
Correct. And so Buzz... Because Buzz mentions that the time that they come back, Andy... They're trying to get Woody back before Andy comes home.
Yeah.
So Woody has been watching all the old TV programs that he featured in and absolutely fucking loving it.
Yeah. And then playing around with
no. So
their merchandise.
They had before that happened. They get to the cliffhanger. Do you get it? Cliffhanger.
Ha.
Very original. And then the prospector basically turned around and said, "By the way, kids didn't give a shit about you. You're cancelled, mate."
Yeah.
Because, space is more important. And he's like... Oh.
Exactly. Which is why it makes no sense to have a cowboy camp instead of space camp.
Moving on.
Plot hole.
No, that's not... No, I don't...
I'm calling it a plot hole. I don't care. It's technically not a plot hole.
It's not a plot hole because at Disney World, they've got a whole... In Disneyland Paris, they have got a whole... hotel complex that's complete reference to Woody.
Still not cowboy camp.
And so there's probably is a cowboy camp there.
No.
So it's fine. It makes complete sense.
No.
So this is I've lost my train of thought. So the says that they were cancelled. When Space Toys really came in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm completely blank.
I thought you've seen this movie
I've seen it a
times.
million times. No, so I'm just actually completely blank.
You've never seen this movie, admit it.
I've seen it a million times. So this is when Jesse then first mentions, by the way, you're all getting taken to Japan.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
I mean, is there not a museum in the US? A toy museum?
There probably are, but the Japanese probably pay more.
Probably, I guess.
Was
cowboys big in Japan? At some point?
I mean, American culture is quite big in Japan.
Yeah, but cowboys? I mean, I don't know.
It's probably a massive toy museum, and they're like, right, we want something that represents the 60s, American 60s toys. So this would be,
I guess,
perfect. But then Woody says, "I ain't fucking going. What you on about? I'm staying right here. I'm going back to Andy.
I'm going back to my slaver." Going back to the point that I've made on the first one.
I'm going... no, we're not getting into that again.
Going back to my owner.
Yeah, but that doesn't make any sense.
That physically breaks me.
So Woody says he can't go and wants to go back to Andy, but
instead of getting him care that he needs, just puts him on the shelf to die.
That was actually his mother that put him up on that shelf.
Oh, he let her.
So yeah, the prospector basically said, "You ain't fucking going anywhere, because if you go,
then we all die.
I'm gonna stay in captivity in this box.
Yeah, for the rest of my life. You asshole."
So the fat, straight, white male imprisons the female, the fat guy, and animals.
Well, kind of.
So if anything, Al is worse than Andy, because he's trapping the toys in the box. And yes, because Jesse has emotional trauma from being in the box,
from being in storage,
Woody
does not care about, because he keeps bringing up that he's leaving them to be in storage.
So yeah, Andy. So we're saying that Jesse, Bullseye, and the Prospector are in a worse condition and are in worse emotional state because of that reason. So Andy is actually the good guy in this.
Not really.
Andy's a good guy.
Not really.
We love Jesse, actually.
Jesse's okay.
So the prospector says, "Yeah, if you leave, we get trapped again, because
nobody cares about us. The
Japanese museum literally doesn't give a shit about us. They just want you." The straight white male. Suddenly, but then Al returns to try and get some photos for the toy museum, but when he pulled him out of the storage, out of the display cupboard, he tears the arm off
completely, and then he fixes him, which is something Andy didn't do at all.
He didn't fix him.
He got somebody to fix him.
And so that's why he begs the toy repairman, like, "Oi, get the fuck round here. I need this done ASAP." And so when later on, when Al falls asleep and has all the cheese puffs everywhere.
Yeah.
Cheese puffs are such strange things. I don't know why. Anyway.
Okay. She says so. I mean, they're a snack.
They're snacks. And when Al burps, I can smell what Woody's smelling, and it's rank. Cheese puffs smell terrible.
I guess. I mean,
and his fingers are like, if you have one cheese puff.
Another plot hole.
Yeah.
He wants to keep Woody in mint condition, but then touches him full of cheese dust.
Al doesn't want him in mint condition.
No,
the toy repairman says it's for display only, whereas Al's like, "I'm so excited! This is money! I'm so excited!"
Yeah, he then puts him in a box full of cheese dust, which will devalue the toy. He's an idiot.
We know this. So yeah, he jumps up onto Al, but that's just before Bullseye's like, can I come with you, please? So jumps up onto Al, burps in his face, grabs, tries to picks up the arm, but Jessie, being the diva she is.
It wasn't Jessie.
It was.
It wasn't.
It was.
It wasn't.
Yeah. the VCR remote was in front of Jesse.
Yeah, but it was the prospector guy.
It wasn't.
It was.
We don't know that yet. Because...
Well, we've seen the movie.
I'm trying to go through it as a synopsis.
No.
So, the VCR remote was near Jessie and just kind of... She gets the blame.
She was framed.
And then they start having a massive fight. But then the next morning, you see Buzz and all the crew finally reach Al's toy barn.
Yeah.
Before there's such a good scene when they're trying to go across the road in the cones. And
they caused a massive pileup. They killed people for sure.
You're literally going across and then causing a massive pileup.
Yeah, somebody died.
For
sure. They're murderers.
They're only humans.
They're murderers.
It's fine.
Murderers.
So yeah, they cross the road, and Mr. Potato Head nearly becomes a mashed potato.
Well, not really.
Just going on with the joke.
It would just be broken plastic, which is what I hope they become by the end of the movie. Go on.
Right. So yeah, we see Mr. Potato Head stuck because of a bit of chewing gum on the floor.
Yeah.
And he nearly gets squashed, but because of the plot. What? Yep, someone's calling next door.
It's very loud.
Yeah, because the plot needed Mr. Potato Head for some reason, he wasn't allowed to die.
I guess. I mean, the plot doesn't need any of them, really. They do nothing. They go, they scream a bit, they cause problems, and then...
Wait, they always need Rex.
They don't.
So, they get across the road, and they all they all jump to open the doors.
The motion-censored doors.
And Buzz realises that there's an anti-grav belt on one of the toys. One of the Buzz Lightyear toys. And I was like, I want one of those. I'm going to steal it.
Also, did you see the Bugs Life toys?
Yeah.
Nice.
But then he was about to grab it and...
It's alive!
It's alive! So yeah, he gets put in a box and the new Buzz replaces him.
Yeah. Also, Barbie shows up. They got a massive deal with Barbie because there's Barbie everywhere. And they get a tour guide. So yeah, they get a tour. They get a tour guide. What does she say? Did you get it? She's spoken Spanish.
I don't really pay much attention to that.
You don't remember her speaking Spanish?
No, I do.
Permanecer sentados, por favor.
Something, please.
The most American accented Spanish possible. The actress never spoke Spanish before this.
Yeah.
Did you actually see this movie? You're missing tons of references. I'm upset.
Yes, because I know Spanish.
You don't know Spanish.
That's the joke.
Permanecer sentados, por favor.
So, back at the Owl's, we cut back to Owl's place where the old...
Also, there was a Jurassic Park reference.
I know. When Rex is running towards the camera and says,
This is what we need to talk about. Who cares about the plot?
We do.
I know.
Because we're an hour and 10 minutes into it and we've got
It's your fault.
So we go back to Owl's where you have the old man. He's the type of person who knows absolutely everything about one topic. We all got that one person that we know where they're really old and they're like
Tim about football.
He's literally the Tim of the toy world.
Sure.
Tim is the old man toy fixer of football.
Yes.
And I want the little box he has.
Utility box.
Because he opens it and everything just kind of goes out and out and out.
Yeah.
And he has a little like toy like hat rack.
Yeah, that was like, why would he have that? That seems really specific.
That's so cute. Well, I mean, it looks like it's just like a coat rack, so it's fine.
It is a coat rack.
Yeah.
It's a tiny coat rack.
Yeah.
Moving on. He fixes Woody.
And
gets rid of his slave mark.
He gets rid of Andy on the...
He gets rid of the slave mark.
It reminds me of a pair of shoes that I had. When I was in college, I had a pair of formal shoes.
And you wrote your owner's name on it?
No, so at the bottom of the shoe, it was like quite... I think it was like a really light grey. So I put the word Andy on it.
Okay, if you say so. It's so... Why?
That was me when I was 18, 19. I wrote the word Andy at the bottom of my shoe, and everyone got the reference, and everyone loved it. It was brilliant.
Did they, though?
Yeah, because I was in an animation course.
Or it's like when Tim speaks about football, they're like, wow, interesting.
I was in an animation course.
If you say so.
So everyone loves it.
No.
And
no.
It's one of the most iconic things of this movie. If you wrote Andy on the bottom of your shoe, every person in the fucking world would probably know who it is.
I know several people that wouldn't know. All I need to do is show it to my grandparents. Or my mom.
Stop making me upset.
Or my family. They would not get the reference.
So, yeah, it gets completely restored back to new, essentially.
Including his eyeballs.
No, they didn't replace the eyeballs.
They did. They cleaned them.
They cleaned them.
With like
a cotton bud.
Yeah.
And yeah, he gets the photos and things like that. And Woody is over the fucking moon. He's fully restored. He's ready. Yeah. Jesse
can't wait to go back to Andy.
He's like, I can't wait to go back to Andy.
Even though he knows they get super sad every time he mentions that. It's just insensitive douchebag. It's like if your cat died, and I kept every 5 minutes I would mention how my cat's way better than yours. And your cat is dead.
Leave my cat out of it.
It's like if Timmy died, and I got a cat that looked exactly like Timmy, but I kept telling you it was so much better than Timmy. Well, Timmy's on the ground. That's what Woody's doing to Jesse.
You're not allowed cats in here.
Also, I hate cats.
I'm sad. So he's really excited about probably going back to Andy.
And Jesse gets upset and leaves. Well, not leaves. She goes to the window.
Yeah.
To sadly look out the window. And then he goes to her to talk about Andy. Like, could you not get a hint? Like, seriously, social cues.
So Jesse has...
And then we go to bed.
And then we go to the most emotional scene in animation history.
Well, I wouldn't say that. It's very sad.
And...
It's very sad. I wouldn't say it's...
You had the song by Randy Newman, but wasn't voiced by Randy Newman. And did you like it?
I did like the song, yes. I liked it even more that it wasn't Randy Newman, because Randy Newman sucks. He's a terrible singer.
So you get the depiction of her owner Emily growing up, and then Jesse was just thrown out.
Yeah, I like how they show her growing up. She's just like more makeup. She starts painting her nails, and then she gets more makeup, and then some more makeup, and then it's just more makeup. She's grown now. She's like, okay. Also, I also hate makeup, so.
It's like, how do we show a woman growing up?
I agree with Jesse. I'm like, I get you. It's like, she likes makeup.
So more makeup.
And more makeup. What do you mean women have more interests in makeup? What?
It's like,
also a phone.
It's like gender stereotypes. What can we do? Right.
Makeup.
So we got this boy who kind of has cowboys and then grows up and then likes girls and then grows up and then likes more girls and then
goes to
up,
college.
and then goes to college. And
the
then
girl, well, she starts painting her nails and then
gets
lipstick,
makeup, then more makeup,
and then eye makeup,
then makeup,
and then pink phone.
See, clever.
And then gives her to charity.
I can imagine if they did this movie today, this whole entire scene would be different.
Well, I should hope so, because I could care less about makeup.
It would be it'd be like, right, so she tries to become like a leader in something, and then tries to gets into computer science or something like that.
Could just be on the laptop or reading. Women read. Why like makeup? Only makeup. That's like they only show makeup. Like, come on.
Yeah. Well, she ends up driving.
No.
At the end.
She's in passenger seat, isn't she?
No, not the second time round.
It's like, no, doesn't she get? She gets in the passenger seat.
No, because
It's an American car.
Oh.
It's the passenger seat. I think her mom is driving her.
No, because she went there when she was a little kid. And then...
she wasn't back.
Yeah, and then she went there the second time.
And she gets in the passenger seat. She gets in on the right side. And this is an American car.
No, she drives there on her own and leaves the box there.
No, I think there were two people in the car.
This is the problem about being...
There were two heads in the car.
This is the problem about being British. If they get out on the right-hand side, they're driving.
No, she got in the right-hand side. But this would be in America, so it's an American car. So the driver seat is on the left.
I don't know. I'm a very big fan, and I love this movie. And I hate this.
I think she was a
and I
passenger.
love this scene. But I don't know this.
Also, why is they seem like they're in the middle of nowhere, and there's just this huge truck for charity with nobody there, and people just leave boxes up? Like, it's just garbage. Why not,
she's just fly tipping.
That's what it sounds like.
I mean, this is America. They probably charge for you to throw your trash away.
I mean, but, like, why not make a charity shop? Like, next to Allborn?
Because...
Why, like, a truck in the middle of nowhere?
Because that's... If they did it in this movie, they couldn't do it in Toy Story 4.
That wasn't a charity shop. It was, like, an antique shop.
That was an antique shop, but...
They're different.
Yeah. You can get antiques in charity shops.
Well, yeah, but, like, the Goodwill isn't an antique shop. Why not leave in, like, the Toy Story version of Goodwill?
Anyway,
it's just weird. It was like a truck in the middle of nowhere with the back open, just
it wouldn't have had the same.
Ground.
It wouldn't have had the same emotional.
She might as well just throw her out the window.
It wouldn't have had the same emotional feeling.
It's just a weird choice.
So Woody quite leaves and's like, okay, sorry about that, mate. I'm
sorry about that. Andy's better though.
Yeah, it's like if that wouldn't happen to my Andy.
God. No, no.
To be fair,
Woody, leave.
But to be fair, it didn't, because Andy didn't get thrown away. He got donated to a little girl.
No, she also donated him. She donated to charity, and I guess charity would then donate it to children that need it.
No, she got donated to the corner of the fucking middle of nowhere.
To a truck that said charity something on it. It was like charity.
No charity shops. She'll probably end up sitting on a shelf for a couple of months and then thrown away.
Well, she had the best.
But yeah,
mind.
So Woody is like...
But still, like, an asshole move. Like, I just saw this story about how my owner abandoned me. And his response is, oh, that's sad. Mine's still better than yours. It's like, no. Why?
Moving on.
I'm telling you, Woody is a psychopath / asshole.
So Woody just leaves and is like, fuck this, I'm out. The prospector is like, I'm an old toy, I've been around the block. It's gonna happen to you, mate. Yeah. It's fine.
And then so he changes his mind. Kinda. Very reluctantly, fine. I'll do this nice thing for other people.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And then if we go back to Al in Al's Toy Barn, he's sending a fax to back to
he's sending the pictures to
pictures back to Japan via fax, which
90s.
I would love for a kid. I'd love to hear from a kid watching it nowadays, and they say, "Oh, I'm just gonna fax you over it," and they go, "What? What's that?"
To be fair, I wouldn't know how to use a fax.
No,
I never used one.
They're easy.
I'm sure they're not hard, but like
put it on the top, and then you put the phone number or that you want to send it to, and you send it over. To be fair, faxing is generally better than sending emails.
How?
Because if you need to print something off, so if I've got a piece of paper and you want a copy, I'm going to have to put it on a scanner bed. I'm going to have to scan it, copy it into my computer, then copy that onto an email, and then send it over to you. Whereas I can put it on the flatbed, fax it over, put your email in, fax it straight away, done.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Which is annoying because why couldn't we have like modern fax where it's like you just put an email and send it straight away, but you have to put it on a computer and then do. I don't know.
Yes, because.
Less
and less use paper.
He faxes over the photos, and then all the group jumps into his satchel.
It's not a satchel, just a bag.
Yeah, it's a satchel.
It's not a satchel.
To try and find Woody, essentially. And then the real Buzz has finally got himself out of his cage.
Yeah. I love that nobody knows, like, that's not really Buzz. That's like good friends. Like, if you were switched with somebody who looked slightly like you, but had a huge difference, which was the belt, and acted completely different, I would like to think that would notice that you're not actually Mitchell.
Well...
If I was switched with somebody else, I would like to think that you'd know the difference.
Well, if I turned up with a completely different hairstyle, would you have noticed it's me?
Yes.
But I could have had a twin.
Yeah, but you act different. Twins don't act exactly the same unless they're in the horror movie.
Exactly.
Come play with us.
To be fair, I should know my cousins are twins. Well,
I don't have twins in the family.
It's extremely rare type of twin.
Yeah.
One male, one female twin.
Yeah.
Ridiculously rare.
Is it?
Completely opposite in terms of personality.
Well, yeah, just because they look the same doesn't mean they are the same.
No, they don't look the same. They're twins, but look completely different. If they were different genders. That is really rare to have. That is really rare.
I guess. I don't know.
I think apparently identical twins are more likely than to have gender opposite twins.
Are they?
Yeah.
Because like you can be the same gender and not be identical twins.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like, the most rarest type is gender opposite twins. That are also that's more rarer than identical twins.
Is it? They could still be identical twins. Because the way it's different, an identical twin, it's because the egg, instead of when the cell starts to form, instead of separating into 2 and 4 and 8, they like doubled.
Yeah.
And fraternal twins, it's just 2 eggs were fertilized at the same time.
Yeah. And so
can I don't.
So you could have 2.
We're talking about biology, like we understand any of it.
So you could potentially have a twin. You could have twins of the same gender but look completely different. You can have
that would be fraternal twins.
2 females that look different. You have 2 males that look identical. 2 females that look identical. So having a male-female version, male-female, and they look different is apparently one of the rarest.
I believe you. I wouldn't know, but
I think the rarest type is like, apart from like triplets and so on, is it's like twins of the same gender that look identical. It is possible. Obviously, as they go on, they do change, but
Yeah.
it's strange. Biology. We should do a biology lesson.
Yeah, I had biology. I completely forgot all about it.
Here's this whiteboard. We're going to read it off to you because we're teaching you, and that's apparently how we teach nowadays.
Here's a PowerPoint. Write everything, though.
Here's a PowerPoint. So, biology lesson means wikipedia.com/biology.
No, that's the, presentations. Like, okay, you guys do a presentation about something. And, you just copy-paste, and then there's, each of you takes a turn reading off of PowerPoint.
and it knows that it's back in 1992...
And then you put a music video on it, and just leave it for 4 minutes.
For fuck's sake. Oh my god.
I've done that. We did one, was it the environment? I don't know. And then we ended with the Michael Jackson song about the Earth song or whatever. And boom.
Was that before or after everyone knew he was a paedophile?
I don't know.
It
was probably after I knew.
Yeah, it probably was.
It was 9th year, I think. Doesn't matter.
That would been after. That'd been before he dangled a kid out of his window.
No, he would be dead by then.
9th grade. Oh yeah, you're right. 9th. Yeah. No, that it would have been because he died in 2011. Was it 2011?
I don't know. I can't remember. I think it was. Anyway, it was before I watched the documentary, the Leaving Neverland documentary.
So yeah,
moving on.
As they get taken out of as he's in the bag, you see Rex's tail just out of the bag. I love Rex. Continue. Unfortunately, the toys just get left in the car.
Yeah.
Because plot device.
Yes.
And then they all come out of the bag. They all come out of the bag, out of the car because security doesn't exist, and he is really old car, which I can agree. And they go up the ventilation. They go through the ventilation.
Meanwhile, the real bus is following them and being followed by a Zerg.
Yep, 100%. Yeah. And so they go they go into the apartment building through onto the elevator, and eventually get to Al's apartment,
which is the penthouse, I guess.
Yep. Which, how the fuck does he afford it? I don't know. Is he
the owner or just the mascot? I didn't understand that.
Or is he both?
Also, does he do a new ad every week? Because then at the end they showed us him crying in doing the ad. Just keep playing one.
But yeah, so he they find Woody and tries to rescue him. But that's when the real Buzz turns up, the real Slim Shady.
Eminem.
And
which performed at the Oscars yesterday for no apparent reason.
Eminem's still relevant?
He did 8 Mile. He won an Oscar for that song. But he didn't perform it then, so he showed up yesterday. Out of nowhere. It didn't really make sense. But
I don't watch the Oscars, so I can't comment.
Well, Randy Newman performed.
Aww.
I fell asleep by then, but
Randy Newman, I love him.
He sucks. Let's move on.
So Woody is in complete shock that all of his friends actually came and rescued him. Wow.
Well, you did the same for me, Woody.
Kind
of after you pushed me down off the window.
And he basically says, "Oh, by the way, I kind of want to go to I kind of want to go to Japan now because
I'll do something that's not selfish for the first time in my life for 5 seconds before I change my mind again."
Or it's
like a politician give empty promises.
Hashtag Labour Party.
Hashtag Conservative Party.
Hashtag
Brexit.
Yeah. Hashtag Europe. False promises.
Hashtag the world is flat.
No, that's not even a broken promise. That's truth.
Mm-hmm.
According to Reddit and Twitter and 4chan.
Yeah.
Do we not have a 4chan? We should make a 4chan.
No, let's not.
Because we'd attract all the weebs.
Moving on.
Yes.
Woody says no.
Yep.
I'm a selfless person now. So they all leave, and then 5 seconds later, wait, no! I'm a selfish person again. Come on.
It reminds me, it's like, it's when someone like travels abroad, it's like, I'm a changed person now. Yeah. I've seen the world. It's like,
I've seen the world.
And it's like, you've come back and sat on your ass and played World of Warcraft. You haven't changed at all. You're like...
I experienced some new culture. I don't know what accent is.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know. It's supposed to be like my Irish / Scottish / English.
I went to fucking Scotland. I saw wee drinks every day. Lovely.
Vague British accent. No,
it needs to be the hipster accent. It's gonna be, oh my god, Daddy let me go abroad one year and I got to see the entire world.
No, it's more like I can't. I'm on a diet. Not just this once.
It's like I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm the vegan now. I forgot to tell you, I'm vegan now.
I guess when chicken nugget one hit.
It's like it's not got chicken in it anyway. It's completely artificially grown.
Yeah, it's not even a real chicken. It's just rats.
It's just rats. Oh my god!
So I'm just helping the world.
But guess what? The fake chicken that I eat doesn't say it's chicken because it's obviously I'm not that scummy. Really, just it's absolutely fine. And the chicken nuggets you eat that doesn't contain chicken. Now that's wrong.
Yeah, it's fake chicken.
It's fake news.
It's beyond. What's the vegan burgers? Beyond Burger. So anyway, he changes his mind real fast and promises Jessie that Andy will want to play with her, even though he has no basis for it. Like, it's a girl toy. What would the boy do with a girl toy?
Jessie's so cool. I love Jessie.
We're in the 90s. Everything's girl. Like, they can play. He can play with a girl toy. That'd be embarrassing.
Well, you got Mrs. Potato Head.
That's...
So fairly recently, he's got a female toy.
It's the good sister's toy.
And if anything, he could have given it to his little daughter. Well, not his daughter.
The sister. Well, they mention that later on. But anyway, the prospector goes psychopath.
Yeah. And he comes out of his box and he's doing just fine.
Which means he wasn't mint. So he's been lying to us all the time. That's what I'm upset about. He wasn't mint.
According to eBay, this is how pop vinyls work. It's mint, never taken out of the box, as I casually put it back in the box and take some photographs.
As I take photographs of him of the pop outside the box. Like, no, I never thought about it.
I'm telling you, this is how eBay works. Mint, never opened, still in the box, means he's been out of the box. I've cleaned him up, put him back inside, and taped it. It's fine.
Well, some pops don't come with tape. Let's check it now.
Can I take this one out of the box?
That's probably...
Right, so... so you have him going batshit crazy. Buzz...
So Al comes back.
Yeah.
He starts packing away everything. Gets in this foam fitting box.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets a flight to Japan, which I also have some nitpicks about. He gets to the airport, and you hear final call to Japan. Flight to Japan.
We're going too far ahead.
No, we're not.
So, yeah, we are.
Oh, wait, Zurg...
we're going too far ahead.
No, we're not.
So, I'm going to go for it a little bit slower, because you've jumped ahead.
No, I didn't.
So,
also, it's already an hour and a half.
Yeah, so Woody's in shock that his friends came back, claiming that he wants to go to Japan. And then...
Yeah, they'll leave.
Then, which is in a complete reverse of what happened in the first movie, Woody eagerly talks to the toys about the television show that it was centered on his character and all the relevant merchandise, like all the stuff that he's shown.
Yeah, I'm famous, guys. I'm too good for you.
And then it's like, Woody, you're not a fucking collectible. What are you doing? You're Andy's toy.
Why?
it's like you're
somebody else's property.
A toy. Buzz says, intending to make his like friend stay. But Woody's pleads like, nah, I'm fine. I'm just, I'm kind of depressed because Jesse told me the truth.
I'm a selfless person though.
And
it's all lies.
Buzz then reminds Woody like, you once told him like life was only worth living if you're loved by a kid, and that's why he came to rescue Woody. It was like, you do know you're Andy's toy. You're owned by Andy. What the fuck are you doing?
You're
you
his
love
property.
It.
Stop being crazy. Go back to your owner.
But Woody still refuses to go.
Yeah.
He says, and then he just says to Buzz like, "This is my only chance. I'm staying here. It's my only chance." And then then Buzz is like, "What? To stay in glass and just be viewed at every day?"
Yeah, be part of history. It's important to conserve history, I think.
I don't disagree.
Yeah.
But it's Andy's toy.
So who cares?
Andy does.
Does he?
He's a kid, okay? It's fine.
Yeah, he would have forgot about him like two days later.
So, and when they all leave, like, Woody just, like, thinks, like, right, what the fuck did Bud mean?
He immediately regrets it, because Woody's an asshole. He makes empty promises to Jesse.
And then, when an episode of Woody's Roundup Gang plays on the TV, and Woody just looks at his boot and then like scrapes off the paint and just reveals the name.
Also, that's shitty paint. It just comes off that easily.
I mean, it hasn't dried.
Then he would be like leaving bits of paint everywhere every time you walk.
Well, I wanted that as a deleted scene where it's just fucking. Do you remember at the end of the movie where they had the little deleted scenes of?
Yeah, I skipped that.
That's so funny though.
Is it? It's too much.
And I would have loved to have seen a bit where it's just him walking around and just only one boot mark every step.
I mean, it would be a giveaway that they're alive. But
So yeah, then he scrapes off the paint and reveals the word Andy, and then he yells to Buzz like, "By the way, I'm an indecisive person.
I'm an indecisive piece of shit.
So
come back.
So come back, basically. But then like Jesse asked, Jesse and Bullseye to come with them,
making empty promises because he's a douche.
And Woody was about to ask Prospector and find Prospector just out of his box and seen off the ventilation shaft with his pitchfork.
Which how?
Because he has a pitchfork.
It's a pickaxe, not a pitchfork.
Pitchfork. Yeah, it's a pickaxe, and then
2, he's doing it with like the round part, the wood at the top, not like, because it's not flat. Because he's not using like either the axe or the pick side. He's using like the little wood in the middle.
It's fine.
It's not flat. It doesn't work. It didn't work.
It's fine. It works out.
It's not fine. Not to me.
So the Prospector, Prospector's anger that comes out, that he spent his entire life like in a box.
His main box is worth more than if he's out of the box.
And the fact that he's never actually been loved by like anyone.
Who cares? Like,
and he wants to go to Japan. But Woody's friends attempt to like open the gate, but doesn't succeed.
Yeah, because he's sick.
Yep. And then Al turns up and is like, right, off we go.
Japan.
The rescuers like go back down the ventilation shaft, but encounter Zurg.
Zurg's back.
He
then flings 1,000 balls.
Yep.
Like normally those toys have like 3 balls, you lose 2 of them immediately, and then you never use the other one in fear that you lose that one too. So I don't know how he keeps firing balls everywhere.
It's fine.
No.
It makes sense.
No.
So the duplicate Buzz faces off against Zurg, but Soon is shocked when the evil ruler proclaims that he's Buzz's.
I am your father.
I am your father.
Like,
but
it's too much. Too obvious.
Obviously,
It's too obvious.
Rex has to save the day. So his incompetence and his complete lack of awareness uses his tail to defeat Zurg. And you get the bit where he goes, I defeated Zurg! And it makes me happy.
But not really. It was an accident. It was an accident. Rex doesn't count. Get over yourself. Go on.
And they make their way to a lobby, but can't get into Al's car before it drives away. And then
did you get Star Trek reference? Because then they come down, and then Zurg comes down also, and then starts throwing the ball with the other bus. And then the other bus, I'm going to stay behind, spend time with my father. And then our bus made the Star Trek Live and Prosper. Samuel, did you actually see the movie? I'm starting to believe you didn't see the movie. Live and Prosper.
I know.
The V.
Yes.
Reference. Star Trek reference.
I was hoping that it was going to be a more in-depth reference than that.
That's all you need. Without being too obvious, like the I'm your father.
Yeah, but that's funny.
Is it
but then they obviously find the Pizza Planet truck.
Pizza Planet truck. Then they drive it.
Yeah.
Because they know how to drive. Because of course.
It's America. They don't need to change gears. Just stop, go, and turn.
Yes, they do. There's a gearbox. The aliens have to say you have to... There's a gearbox. Did you see the movie?
Yeah, but they don't need to be changing to second and third gear and so on.
No, it was like a normal gearbox.
Unless
they were in the first one all the time.
Yeah.
That's bad for the car. I guess. Go on. You get to the airport.
So, basically Zurg and
which I don't know
Buzz.
how they don't kill a bunch of people on the way to the airport.
So, Zurg and Buzz are partaking in like a father-son catch-up thing in the car.
Live and prosper.
Yeah. So they all get to the airport. And manage to get over to the baggage area.
Except, it wouldn't be open because they get in. Let's call to flight to Japan, but somehow the check-in for the bags is still open. No, that's not how it works. They close 45 minutes or 40 minutes before the what is it? God damn it! The gate closes.
Headcanon.
And the bag still gets there on time. He has to go through security.
No, what security?
Get on the plane. What security? What do you mean?
This is pre 9/11. What
There's
security?
Still security.
Nope.
Not as
my headcanon is
still
the bags just get flown straight through.
No.
Done. Last call. Done.
Because then they mentioned there's still while they're putting the bags on the baggage hold. You're like, oh, there's still another one to come. You're like, no, you'll go on the next flight. Like, how? No.
It's fine.
No.
It works out.
No. It doesn't. That he should have not made the plane.
So numerous cases there are the group splits up on the conveyors and trying to find the right ones. But do you know this conveyor belt scene?
Yeah. I don't know how that actually works in airports, but I doubt there's that many.
Do you know what Pixar does?
It looks overly complicated.
Do you know in Monsters Inc. where you have all the doors?
Yeah.
This was the precursor to that.
Yes.
Although
that was a fancy world. This is a normal airport, which with way too many conveyor belts. That seems very inefficient.
This is America.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. The prospector comes when they find the box. The prospector comes out and just fucking slaps him one. And Woody faces basically has a fight with the prospector. But not before like the angry toy uses he just fucking gets a pickaxe to rip the new Stitch in and just fucking yank him one.
It's a very tiny rip. Also, we have to have that rip so Andy won't notice something happened to his toys.
Yeah.
Although the mother knew that the toy was stolen and just showed up magic again.
So the plan was completely fucked because the group arrived. His plan was fucked because the group arrives. Then Buzz holds a prospector, and he basically rants at the children, destroy the toys, and someday he tossed and lost, forgotten, and blah blah blah. But Woody soon decides the prospector could benefit from a little playtime. I didn't get the.
I don't.
That was a weird.
And then he just gives her to a random girl.
Yeah, which was quite funny. So the gang gets Bullseye freed, but is unable to get Jessie before the suitcase.
Why can't Jessie jump? Be an active person.
Because 90s female writing. Remember?
Why couldn't she just jump?
Because
nobody was paying attention to them.
Because back then you had to have the white male save the day, right?
Sure.
Every time you say that, the audience must know we're trolling as fuck.
I don't know. People will believe we're being serious.
We're gonna get clipped every time we say this. Can you see even Dino Films, a really small podcast that
just us two, really.
Two people
who my mom listens to, nobody else.
And a podcast we did that was never gonna get released.
That's for the Patreon. Where were we? So she gets put.
Yeah.
In the little trolley / it's not a truck. It's a trolley.
Yeah.
To go to the plane to go in baggage hold.
So riding Bullseye.
And somehow the Bullseye is very fast horse, very fast, very tiny horse, which manages to catch up
to the plane.
Jessie
is pleased that Woody came to rescue her, but the baggage door closes and the plane begins to move, and Woody and Jessie are
also again it's they've never been on a plane, because if that happened they knew that probably still 20 minutes waiting in line before the plane can take off, unless it's a very
efficient plane. It's fine.
It's a very efficient airport, or no flights, just one flight a day.
No, it's the last flight of the evening.
Maybe.
It's fine. And Woody and Jessie slip through an opening near the plane's tyres, so near landing gear.
Yeah.
And almost rips his right arm off again.
Yeah. Just touch the arm.
And swings off his pull string and then gets on Bullseye again. And
yeah, they're saved.
And then the plane then takes off just in the nick of time.
Yeah.
And then the next day, Andy comes back from cowboy camp.
Woohoo!
And then they're all neat and displayed on his bed.
Yeah.
And there's some new ones. Andy patches up Woody's arm in his own special way, and then writes his name at the bottom of Jessie and Bullseye's feet. And it's so cute. I love it.
I guess.
And then Woody is overjoyed, and we to see that Weezy's been fixed again. He's been fixed. He didn't get thrown away. I'm so glad.
How did it get fixed?
He got fixed. Because one of the toys found an extra squeaker
That's right.
at the bottom of the toy box.
So somebody had to die. It was like a lung transplant.
Yeah, but you don't die during a lung transplant.
Well, somebody did.
Someone sacrificed Yeah.
You know how transplants work? Like somebody was declared brain dead and donated his organs to other people. That person dies. The person that donates the organ, they die.
So
it was a dead toy.
If I gave you my liver, do I die? No. Moving on.
Actually, no.
No, you don't. If you don't.
It's just a piece of the liver, not the whole liver. If you donate a set of lungs, you'll die.
Not necessarily.
Yes. You need lungs to breathe.
You can get an artificial lung.
But then they would just give the artificial lung to people that needs it.
Yeah, but I'm still correct. I'm technicality.
Technically, no.
And then, so then as the toys are enjoying the performance, Woody and Buzz go over to the window where, like, Andy, Molly and the mother are playing in the driveway.
Yeah.
And then Buzz says, "Are you worried?" And Woody's like, "Nah, be fine. We'll be ready for the bin in a couple of years, but we're fine."
Yeah.
And then you have to have the typical Disney moment where they're all together.
Yeah.
It's happily ever after.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the song,
which is not played by,
which is Randy Newman's song, but sung by someone else.
Yeah.
And that finishes the movie,
mm-hmm.
or we thought. Because then we have the outtakes.
No, you also missed the part where Buzz gets an erection.
I skipped over that.
Which is not creepy at all.
So yeah, you
after Jessie helps the dog.
We're skipping over that.
He just gets an erection like a creep.
We're skipping over that. So yeah, then we end with the dance.
A psychopath. Buzz Lightyear is a creep. The end.
So we've got Jessie, who's got mental health issues. Because we've got Woody, who's mental health issues because he's got a psychopath. We've got Buzz, who's got mental health issues because he's a bit of a creep and a bit of a paedophile.
What? Why would a paedophile? What?
No, not paedophile.
Pervert.
So the three main... Bullseye is...
A horse,
and he's lovely.
Why can't he speak? The dog speaks. Why can't the horse speak?
It's fine. So the
pothole.
Are we saying the three main characters symbolise mental health issues?
No.
So are we saying that in the 90s they did this correct and Doctor Who can't do it 20 odd years later? Good.
No.
It comes down to good writing. Am I right? Yeah, I'm right.
No, you're not.
So yeah, then we end
Modern series of Doctor Who's great. I love it. I watch it every day.
So yeah, then we end on the outtakes,
which I didn't think were that fun. They were okay.
They were okay. Nice.
They went on it for a bit too long.
But yeah, the end of Toy Story 2, the best animated movie of all time.
I disagree completely. It's alright. I mean, it's better than the second one. It has...
The second one?
Better than the first one.
Yep.
It has less of Woody being a psychopath. And it has no Randy Newman singing. So, obviously, it's better. But not by much. I still won't.
It was a great movie.
It's okay. I wouldn't watch it again.
So, yeah. Toy Story 2.
Toy Story is really not my type of, my thing. I don't like it.
I love it. So yeah, that was Toy Story 2.
Yeah.
A wonderful movie. And
it's an alright movie.
Toy Story 3
next week. Yeah.
Which I'm excited to talk about because it's Toy Story 1 and 2 are the ones that I grew up with and I adore. Toy Story 3 was kind of the end of my childhood.
I guess.
And I'm excited to look at it because I'm not going to have the nostalgia like I do for 1 and 2. So I'm hoping that it holds up and it's not just like Toy Story 1 and 2 where it's like whatever you say I'm going to ignore because I'm nostalgic.
Well, to be fair, most of my nitpicks are kind of over the top.
Yeah. You just like throwing hate.
Yeah, I'm a hater.
No hate, motivate.
I'm a hater of the straight white male. I'm a feminazi.
If you made a YouTube channel, you'd get a load of views and load of subscribers because you can just
being a feminazi.
Exactly.
Maybe.
But so why? And the reason why we don't have a lot of views
because we're reasonable people.
We're reasonable people, and there's white males in it.
Yeah.
There's one white male.
That's your fault.
One white male.
Get out of here, Mitchell.
Well, we've got two, technically.
Tim shows up sometime.
Well, actually, yeah. So you got Tim, the straight white Welsh male. Then you got the bisexual white male.
Well, you're part of the LGBTQIA plus.
So
that makes you alright-ish.
So if I could speak to a feminazi and they would only hate me they'd hate me for half of it.
Well, we should be male, so we hate you and we hope you die.
Yeah,
because that's what a feminazi is, I guess. I'm not sure.
And that's what apparently all feminism has turned into.
Yeah, we hate males.
It's like we don't want to. It's like we don't want to be the same. We just hate you.
Yeah.
Instead of
fuck what human rights? Who cares about that? We just hate men.
We just hate men. It's like
yeah.
We don't want to be equal. We don't want the same. We just want to be better in every way, and we want you to die.
We just want you to die. Not even be better. Just eradicate men.
Not even that. It's like we are better than you, and we want you to die.
Sure.
So when we get super big, this is going to be clipped.
Yeah, and I guess we'll be cancelled in a few years.
Yep, like Doctor Who.
Probably.
Yep.
When Doctor had been cancelled once, it would come back afterwards.
Anyway. And then
give us a follow on Spotify.
On Spotify.
And Twitter.
And Twitter.
And give us a like.
Give us a like.
On Facebook, I guess. Give us a 5-star rating on iTunes. Or Apple Podcasts.
Give us a 5-star rating if you think that we're worth it.
No, give us a 5-star rating anyway, and then talk shit about us in the comment, in the review. You can say we're bad in the review, but give us a 5-star anyway.
No, that's how it works. It's how bad is it?
Yeah.
And then you have to rate the badness out of 5, and you have to explain it.
Exactly.
That's how it works, right?
It is, isn't
yeah,
it?
100%.
I think so too.
Should we go for another 4 minutes to hit the 2-hour mark, or should we give up now so I can...
No, I think we should just stay at just under 2 hours.
So, what, do we have to ramble for 3 minutes and 40 seconds?
I don't know. I think 1 hour and 56 is 1 hour 57 is a good place to end.
Yep.
Because then you're going to put the intro, which adds a minute to it.
Yeah, which is
there
fine.
There we go.
So, yeah, that was Toy Story.
It's alright.
I'm really cannot wait to go...
Wait, how much out of 10?
10 out of
10. 7 out of 10.
Sorry, 11 out of 10.
7 out of 10. And that's it, goodbye.
Till next week. I can't wait to see Toy Story Land in Disney.
I could care less. Goodbye.
Okay, I've got one last question. Would you go, when you're at Disney, would you go to Toy Story Land?
I mean, probably. If I'm going to go to Disney, I'm going to see everything.
And doesn't it look brilliant? Yes.
Well, no.
That's the end, and goodbye.
Goodbye.